How's it going, guys? Brian Cusco here at Triple B. Today we've got my buddy Marshal Platz from Marshal Morphs on, and he's going to talk about the time that he took snake keeping from being illegal in his hometown and made it legal. Marshal also happens to be one of my favorite humans on the planet, so I really hope you enjoyed this short episode. You're watching Triple B TV.
So, you know what I want to really talk about with you. I mean, aside from the fact that you're like one of my favorite people in the world, which is not an easy title to achieve because I like a lot of people and I think a lot of people are awesome. But to become one of my favorites of all those people, I don't know. You just have to be yourself and I have to like it.
Right.
Yeah, and that's basically it. Like,
right. Well,
all right, interview's over.
I try. Yep. See ya.
No, but I just want to know kind of like from beginning to end how it all went about from taking the snakes being illegal in your town to making it legal to keep them.
You know, it really, I get asked that question from people from time to time, and it feels so, the answer is so, it feels so inadequate because all I did was show up. I went to city council. That's all I did to start it. Now, it took a process after I did go to city council, but I mean, honestly, and I took a little bit of flack on Facebook groups.
You took flack on Facebook?
I did.
I've never heard of such a thing.
I swear to God. I mean, this stuff happens on Facebook, apparently. People will... No. But because when they started talking about in the news about, a local Minot resident was fighting against laws on snakes, you'd have people commenting on that news article saying, doesn't city council have something better to do with their time? And I'm like, well, if there's something you don't like about the city, go to the city council and talk to them. That's all I did. This is something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I want to see change, so I went and talked to city council. So I never understood that part of it as like, well, city council has better things to do. I was like, that's their job, is to listen to the
people of the city?
Yeah. That's their job, is to listen to the people and try to make changes for them. Discuss it. And that's what I want to do. I just wanted to open up some dialogue with the city. It's like, they didn't even know that there was an ordinance against all snakes. When I first approached them, I said, how many here, there's 7 council members, I said, how many of you know that there's an ordinance that bans all snakes? And I don't know. Nobody knew. So it was once I started the ball rolling, then they assigned me to a special committee, and we got together. I want to say there was about 5 or 6 of us, including like the chief of police, one council member, this one lady that was wanting to legalize backyard hens. And then myself, and we just got together and we had discussions. We opened up the committee to residents to come and listen to what we had to say, discuss it and stuff like that. So we went through about 6 months of these special ad hoc committee meetings, and we made a recommendation to allow snakes. I did this little thing where I was like, well, okay, if we're banning all snakes, I want to give a little bit to the city and take a little bit. So I said, well, if you let us have snakes, why don't we say that all venomous is prohibited, and any animal that was within the U.S. Wildlife Fish and Game's non-venomous, injurious snakes, which of course is like anacondas and Burmese and stuff. So I gave a little. I figured, let them have that for now. We'll circle back.
I like for now.
Yeah, we'll circle back to that issue here later. But the most important part was to just get my foot in the door and get something for other people that wanted to keep snakes.
I'm curious, especially going back to you asking them about if they knew about the ordinance.
Yeah.
Did you ever find out, or was there any clarification as to how it became a thing in the first place?
We did some checking around, and it went. The ordinance went back so far that I honestly assume because it was like like I want to say that the ordinance came into existence like back in the 60s or something like that. I honestly kind of wonder whether or not it had something to do with religion, honestly. So maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, but there was no clarification as to it went pretty far back.
Yeah, as to why. I mean, it was just crazy. Like, snakes, really? I can't even have like a little sand boa or a little garter snake. Come on, So, yeah, it probably in all, I want to say it took about a year and a half through all the committees, and then going up to a vote with the city council, and it had to go through 3 votes through the city council before it was finally put into effect. So it's awesome.
Well, I was going to ask you if you had advice for anybody that's looking to do something like you did. I know the first obviously best piece of advice you gave right at the beginning was just to show up.
Yeah,
right.
Honestly, that if there's anybody, and there was another guy that did reach out to me. He found out that he had no idea that there was an ordinance in his city, and he has a pretty big collection, Graham. Yeah, and so in his area, there's one of these ordinances in place, and he reached out to me. He's like, "What do I do?" I said, "You either physically need to go, and you need to talk to city council to see what kind of changes you can make, or have somebody that's just as passionate, or somebody else that wants to kind of lead that charge." Because I told him, I was like, "You're going to be, once this happens, you're going to be visible." I mean, you've been operating, you've been breeding, you don't have to worry about it because no one's really looking for you, right? So you just need to go and remember that you're going to be visible from this point on. It's like, so you got to fight hard.
So how about some advice for people that go make that first step and they go there, because you could make that first step and get rejected. It could go south.
Absolutely.
So what are some things that you think helped you to have it be a successful campaign?
Persistence. You can't. I mean, if they tell you no, get out of here. We don't want to talk to you or whatever. We have this ordinance in place and we're happy with it. Well, then you band more people together. Get a group together. Start a petition if you would like. I was lucky. I didn't have to go that far. They actually, when they listened to me talk, they said, "You have some very valid points. This is an ordinance that we need to at least look into." And that's the reason for that committee they set up, because they realized that I had valid points, so they wanted to discuss it further. But obviously the city council didn't want to take their time to do it. Let's put together this committee. You guys can talk about it. Give us your recommendation when you're done. So persistence. Don't take no for an answer. And also, I have to say, if there's anybody listening to me, keep your emotions in check. You love your animals, you want to fight for your animals, but if you fly off the handle, you're not helping your cause. You need to bring them solid facts, you need to bring them data, you need to rally the troops, but keep your emotions in check. Because if you get out of control, even you get angry and you get upset because nobody's listening to you, or they have a difference of opinion, being angry about it is just going to make you look like the irrational, crazy person, right? So, yeah, it's like, keep those emotions in check, because when you're dealing with animals, you're dealing with animal ordinances, it's very easy to let your emotions get a hold. And because at the same time that we were discussing the snakes, there was another group that wanted to come in and discuss pit bulls. Pit bulls are not allowed in my city. Boy, there's a lot of emotion on that side of the fence. Because those that love their pit bulls love their pit bulls. Those that are afraid and scared of pit bulls are afraid and scared of pit bulls. I mean, that's just what I saw. Saw that firsthand. We put together a part of that committee. We also had to discuss the pit bull ordinances stuff. So that one started getting into heated debate. So we had to open up a special meeting for people to come in, and we were only going to discuss pit bulls. One lady showed up with her service dog, her service pit bull. And it's like, I love what you're doing, but this is not the time and the place. You have people that are coming very animately against pit bulls that are coming into this meeting. You're not helping your cause. You're just stirring the pot. I was like, I loved what you're doing, but please not now. So keep the emotions in check when you're dealing with these ordinances now.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, Marshall, thank you for sharing that story with us, man. And it's always good to see you, bro.
Man, thanks for having me on. I love you, man.
Love you too.
Thank you guys for watching. There will be a link down in the description for all of Marshall's stuff. He's got a YouTube channel that he just started uploading videos on again, and I highly encourage you to go check that out. Next week, we've got Dr. Andrea Fidget on talking about the importance of carotenoids in amphibian health and nutrition. So until then, you've been watching Triple B TV. Y'all take care.
Obviously, nothing's obvious today. We're not gonna talk about what's obvious and whatnot.
Everything's a great time today.
Everything is a great time today. Even though I feel like maybe I should probably go to sleep real soon.
Sleep would be good. Sleep would be good. A liver refresh would be good, I think. Yeah. Did you know there was a keg in my room?
I did. I saw pictures.
Yes.
I didn't witness. I came up there to see if you guys were still going, and everybody was asleep. I came and ransacked the room for my things.
Was I snoring?
Yes. And you had your head propped up a little bit. You had one of these going on.
Okay. Someday I'm gonna convince people that I don't really snore.
I mean,
it's not me. It's never me.
It's never you.
It's never me.
Is it? What is it? Your nose?
Oh yeah.
It's the nose.
Yeah, it's the nose.
The nose does it.
See that sucker?
It's decent size.
It's good size.
Yeah, I've seen smaller. I've seen bigger, but I've definitely seen smaller.
What? I need to squat. I need to smoke pot. What the fuck?